So just with Me and That Man, with this run that you're doing at the moment now, with the two albums that you've already obviously released, sorry, three, is there, are you any inspiration for the next one to come
Yeah,
along?
it's almost done.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm actually spoiling some news that maybe I should keep private. But I mean, like we are like deep into the like recording process. I mean, we got like all the instrumentation recorded and vocals demoed so
Oh,
far.
wow.
But it's a matter of months that we have the whole product wrapped.
Okay.
We still don't know who's gonna release it. We don't know what formats and how and where. But that's the whole thing about Me and That Man, that it's like less tension because it's less. I mean, it's just Behemoth is a big business, so
Absolutely.
to say, right? It's a big production. It's many people involved, and it sounds. I mean, like when I say business, I don't mean, you know what I mean. It's just yeah, a big production.
Mm.
While Me and That Man is way more relaxed
It's more
and
kind of organic in your own time.
yeah, and
Yeah.
a niche thing, and like this band, helps me to go to places which I could never explored with Behemoth. Like yesterday, we played like up there in the Swiss Alps, 2,000 meters above the sea level.
Mhm.
Fucking goats running around and just, I mean, people trekking and like 500 people, like a real low key kind of festival, but probably like absolutely unprecedented circumstances and great atmosphere. And we could have never like done this with Behemoth because it's just too big.
Yeah.
So this band, is a gateway for me to go to places and just to play like smaller clubs, smaller venues that I miss playing.
Mm.
Because there's a lot of pressure with Behemoth, and it's just and a lot of responsibility on me solely.
Of course. Yeah.
And with this band, I can just step back a little bit. I mean, I still run the show, but I'm not the main vocalist. There's that man, actually a very young Polish jazz musician that's singing for us now, and we demoed like the new album with him, and he's amazing, a beautiful, really deep and vocal timbre and a beautiful baritone,
Mm.
and you'll experience that in 3 hours. So I'm very very happy. So yeah, it's just a different animal.
Mm. And with obviously on the previous albums, there's been a lot of people collaborating with you.
Yeah.
I've spoken to you about this before, and you're probably going to tell me that you can't reveal anything. Are there collaborations on this
I
album?
can now. We have one guy singing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like we did this like like two volumes,
Sure.
right? With a whole gang of my good friends and artists that I appreciate and I like and we're friends with,
Yeah.
and they would just make those two albums very special. Trying to do a third like volume, it'd be like, ah man, no. I just sense that it's just not right. The formula is done. Two records is enough. So with the fourth record, I had no idea what I would go for, and I had this thought that okay, I mean with Behemoth we could, but it'd be lame, to do a cover album, and there's nothing new about it, and like plenty of bands have done that like before, but with Me and That Man, I thought, oh shit, I would love to do a cover record with Me and That Man, and then when we play songs, we can throw all these covers here and there, just we can just shift around songs, and it's gonna be pure fun. But then I met Świniarski, which is the name of the new men,
Yeah.
and it was like it completely changed my optics, and I immediately started like working on new music, and he inspired me to do this like yeah, I mean Me and That Man's music,
Yeah.
and yeah,
So it's very much like get you're so influenced by immediate things almost with this, and you have the freedom
it's a
to be
very
able to,
yeah,
you're not committed to this one formula, but that gives you a load of creative freedom,
yeah, and
which is cathartic in a way, I
yeah,
suppose, too.
yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, like with Behemoth, I say mentioned earlier, there's a lot of responsibility, and and I can't just, I mean, I can, but then I would ruin everything, if I would make
Mm.
an industrial record or fucking whatever. Like with me and that man, we have a shanty song. Shanty, come on. I mean, what's worse than shanty? Probably a reggae. People should go to jail, for playing this music. But then again, our shanty is a satanic shanty, and it's when we made shanty cool. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So I can allow myself to just go beyond boundaries and fuck with taboos and just
Yeah.
and just do whatever the fuck I want. It's like pure liberty for me, like artistic liberty.
Mm.
And in the end of the day, because I'm not really making money on this band, it's pretty much a hobby band
Mm.
and it's an adventure kind of band. So I'm like, I mean, if people buy it, cool. If they don't, who cares? You know what I
But
mean?
it's what
And I
I'm
mean it.
yeah, what I'm getting from you though, it is cathartic in a way that it is this outlet for you to be able to just express yourself in this way, not
Mm.
in the other sense of Behemoth, but that in its own right I would assume that would influence everything else that you do because you need that output.
Yeah, it's like two poles,
Yeah,
it's like it's basically leveling out to extremities.
yeah, yeah.
And trust me, when I'm too long with me and that man and just hang out with these guys and make music, I'm like, I start missing this grandiose big, bombastic shows with Behemoth, and
Hmm.
and I have my hunger back. And then when it's too much Behemoth, I'm like, oh shit, it's such a relief to go back to the garage again and to just do those. I mean, we record albums. I mean, it's a really low key recordings. I mean,
Mm.
they sound classy,
Mm.
but it doesn't really require months and months of pre-production and then tracking and then traveling to Sweden or to US to all these
Yeah,
renowned famous producers to put this magic touch to it. No, none of that. And the dirtier, the rawer, the uglier it is, the better it is. The whole. I mean, I'm dry for like 6 months now, no drugs and no alcohol for a reason. uh, but before that, prior to that, like, while Behemoth is very, like, we are super, like, focused, very aggressive
yeah.
focus, and we're not allowed to even smell beer before the show. We're very strict and very disciplined about that. Me and that man, up until like lately, before I quit drinking
Yeah.
for foreseeable future, we would just go like, yeah, semi drunk, and we would do stuff, illegal stuff, even with, like, in between songs that I'm not.
Did you find that though that was kind of linked to
That
where
was
you were kind of
liberating. That was
creating?
liberating. That
Okay.
was liberating. It was like, there was this, it
Yeah.
was, it was like rock and roll in it par excellence.
So how was this like writing this album now in with the different mindset of not doing any of that stuff?
No, no, no. I mean, when we recorded, we are fully sober.
Okay.
But I mean, like the show is just we just lose, And
Yeah.
of course, I'm not as sharp, when playing or singing. I'm not hitting, I mean, not that I'm a great singer. I'm far from that, But like when you're like semi drunk, you're not hitting those notes perfectly, and you just miss things on your fret, and you're just sloppy. But for some reason, that sloppiness just gave it more charm. I'm not saying that tonight's show, because it's fully sober, is gonna lacking charm.
I know what you mean though.
None
Yeah.
of that, it's just a different engine now.
Mm.
But for some reason, it was really cool, and it was very inspirational not to be sober
Mm.
for those couple of tours that we did before.
Mm.
Now it's a different story, but yeah, yeah, I'm happy that I experienced that,
Fantastic.
and
It's kind of a Hunter S. Thompson Gonzo, like immersing yourself in it
yeah, yeah, yeah,
for
yeah,
it's like part of the
yeah,
art
yeah.
itself in a way. So don't obviously you can't say when it's coming out, but will we see this
Next
out
year, next year.
next year? It's
I mean, like,
2026.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
like, I'm definitely not earlier, but I don't think it should come out like in
Okay.
27. Actually, I'm having like a business meeting about, the record deal.
Okay.
after we're done with this interview. So
Okay.
I mean, like things are in the process.
Right.
My managers came down here. They live close by. They have an office close by, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
they brought some people from labels, you know, and we're talking.
Mm.
And I sent out first demos of this new stuff, and some were like, I really like the reaction, you know, because you know the first single. I'm gonna spoil a lot now. It's called "Only Lovers Survive," and it's almost poppy. It's very dark, but it's very poppy, and it's very dark. And it's super catchy, and I just can't wait to fucking release it to
Mm.
do it.
Mm.
And I sent it to our manager, you know, not really. I wouldn't guess what his reaction would be. I was like,
Wow.
and he was wowed about that. So I was like, okay, cool. I think it might do the trick, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
Sounds incredible. Well, look, I won't get you in trouble by asking any more questions about that because,
No, no,
um,
I have a very long tongue, you know, like
yeah. But look, just to kind of wind, I guess, everything up. So you brought us up to speed with me and that man. So Behemoth stuff. What do we have? What are we going to see kind of throughout the end of this year into next year? Is there anything on the horizon?
yes,
What can you tell
yes.
us?
We got some aces up our sleeves, and there's some really exciting tours coming up. First one is gonna be Behemoth Deicide tour in a month or like 6 weeks now
Mm-hmm.
from now in South America, which is always crazy, and I
Crazy,
love going back
crazy
there.
fans down there.
I love it. I can't wait. And then
Mm.
us and Deicide, we have
Mm-hmm.
a history together. One of our biggest tours in early days in '99 was Behemoth being second on the bill on a D side tour. It was like Eternus from Norway, Behemoth. We had like a 25-minute long set.
Jesus.
And then Ancient Rites, Rotting Christ, and then Deicide. And now we just, you know, we're headlining, and Deicide is a direct support or a guest, you know, on the tour. I'm a huge fan of the band, you know, so it's like, it's cool, you know, to be teaming up again, you know. I mean, I met Glenn like every now and then we you know, bump into each other, you know, at some festivals and backstages, and he's
Yeah,
super nice. And I really respect the dude, you know, he's like a Lemmy of death metal, you
yeah,
know, to my knowing.
yeah.
And I mean, he's a legend, and I'm just excited about it. But it seems like Deicide is, I mean, I really like the last record, and it feels like, you know, they trying to like build build themselves
Yeah,
again. And yeah, I mean, like teaming up, like putting those names together, you know, it's definitely gonna be
that's a killer tour.
yeah,
Yeah.
and a beneficial for
Mm,
either band, you know, like
mm,
for us and for them. So it's awesome. And how radical and how extreme are South American fans, you know, and they're
yeah.
like they're easily triggered by, you know, this anti religious aspects factors
Mm-hmm.
in our music, and the side is even more straightforward that.
Mm.
So I expect nothing but just madness, you know.
Insanity.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be
Well,
insanity.
listen, there's so much awesome, positive stuff on the horizon.
There's more. There's more touring where we have Australian and Asian tour in working. We have a really big. There's gonna be big European tour in the making as well.
26.
Sometime, yeah,
Okay,
in
so
26. So a lot of cool stuff. There's gonna be new music as well, or
yeah,
never heard before music. Let's put it that way. There's few video projects in the making as well. So, but like the good thing about Behemoth is that we're in a position nowadays that we can really just take it easy,
take it easy.
and that's a huge comfort. You know, like we came to the point that we don't need to just tour our asses off with our tongues out, just oh, like you
Yeah,
know, back to back like tours just to you know just just to build a career. You know,
yeah,
the
yeah.
career is there. You know, the position is there. We're gonna defend that, but we need to do like 5 tours a year.
Mm,
We only choose the best options, the biggest, the you know the opportunities, and make it you know massive and
mm.
with a huge impact. And that's what we're doing.
Very excited about hearing all of this stuff that you have coming down the line at the end of this year into next year. I'm super excited about seeing you tonight. My first time catching you
I
as
love
me
that.
and
I
that
mean,
man.
we just finished the signing session. You
Yeah,
know, like I'd say 99% of people there that has never seen me and that man
Fantastic.
before.
I know, it's
But
amazing.
but they brought like albums and
Yeah.
shirts and stuff, so they are fans of the band for
Mm.
some reason. I mean, like, and I love the fact, that we just dropped that, blues or whatever rockabilly bump, in the middle of this extreme metal festival. I mean, it's metal festival, but there's a lot of extreme death and black metal bands,
Mm.
and then all of a sudden this,
But it's left of center all the time.
yeah, yeah,
And I think you like that. It's
yeah,
just
yeah. I
slightly,
mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
honestly, it did work, on so many occasions, so many different festivals, we were just fucking hell, how come these people dig that music, like, and they would have like a black metal band before us and death metal band after us, and then, there's no distorted guitars in what we
Mm.
do. There's no double bass and there's no screaming,
Mm.
and yet they're just sing along and there's even mosh beats, and it's like, fucking hell, what's that? So I love that for the fact,
Yeah.
and I bet that for the spectators out there, it it might be a very refreshing thing, like when they get like their heads being like hammered with extreme stuff,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden is this, "Oh, what the fuck is that? Okay,
Mm.
that's cool. It's cool. Oh, it's catchy. Okay,
Mm.
and then they sing along, and like I even do that, and I love doing that, like there's this shanty song that we're gonna play tonight, and sometimes I say, hey, not only you will enjoy the fuck out of shanty, but you will do this, and then they start laughing. And I'm like, okay, now you laugh. Just wait and see what happens. And then fucking most
And
of
they're
the
all
crowd
doing
goes
it.
like that, which is the most. I mean, it's very cheesy,
Yeah.
right?
But
But
still, if you
but
can get them to do it.
but in this circumstances,
Yeah.
it does work. It fits.
Mm.
For Behemoth, not so much.
Mm.
But for me and that man, it's spot on.
Well, I look forward to seeing it very, very soon. Actually, I'm very aware of the time that you're going to have to get ready and head up there.
Yeah,
So
easy. That's another thing with sorry.
that's
That's
okay.
another thing with me and that man. If it was Behemoth, I'll be just sitting. He's sitting here like,
Yeah, I've interviewed you before, Behemoth stuff, and
whatever.
I
Like,
know
no,
the
no, no. I mean,
difference.
like,
Yeah,
I just put my head on and I
yeah,
just go on stage.
yeah,
And
different.
so it's breathe out.
But
Me,
it's great
Behemoth.
to have that equilibrium
Yeah,
though for both things. But
Behemoth is breathe in. Me and that man is
it's
breathe
brilliant.
out. But by the way,
Yeah,
Bloodstock. I mean, I have a history here, right? This must be like the fourth or fifth time for me here, and it's no coincidence I'm wearing this shirt today.
Man of War.
Hail to England
Yeah,
as a homage to this beautiful festival
yeah.
and to your country and for all the dedication and loyalty that we have gained so far. So yeah,
A fantastic history between you and Bloodstock, and long may it continue. I see more things happening down the line for
thank you for
sure, for
taking
sure.
time talking to me.
But listen, yeah, thank you so much for swinging by, and yeah, very excited about me and that man tonight on the Sophie stage at Bloodstock, and all of the fantastic things that are coming down the line. So pleasure to have you, and we hope to see you again.
Awesome,
Awesome.
absolutely. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Cheers.
Wicked.